All right, well today we're out in the beautiful Heritage Asante community. This is an active adult 55 plus in Surprise, Arizona, located off of the Loop 303 and Grand, or the other intersection would be 163rd Avenue and the US 60, which is Grand Avenue. Now guys, we want to give you a little reintroduction to Heritage Asante. So some of the video is going to be some little nuggets about this community, but more importantly, we want to remind you that this is an RV garage available home community. So you can have an RV garage. We're going to show you a tour of one that has that next gen.
This is a very exciting,
very
exciting
it's
community.
Great floor plans where you can have the guest suites and the RV garage. So stay tuned because we are going to give you some information about beautiful Heritage, which you probably can see a little bit behind us.
Yes.
You have water here, you have a putting green, you have a beautiful community center, gorgeous pool, patio areas, fireplaces. Guys, this is a video you're not going to want to miss, especially if you have an RV that you would like to park on site at your house.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Kelly Norton, your AZ Realty lady at eXp Realty. Count on me for all things Arizona real estate.
We're about to go over these RV garages with you, but first we want to introduce ourselves.
I'm Kelly Norton, and I'm known as the AZ Realty Lady, Valley native, like Tammy is. And I've been selling real estate here for almost 25 years, and I am the owner of the Arizona Living Group.
And I'm Tammy Nixon. I'm the lead relocation specialist here at the Arizona Living Group. And like Kelly said, I am a Valley native as well.
Now guys, we want to share this community with you because we have so many clients that are in that 55 plus, retiring, and they want somewhere to park their rig. And a lot of people love to RV, and we have a kind of a centralized location for a lot of where people have family and locations that they like to really go around year round. So we're finding a lot more people are moving here and either buying a big RV or they already have one and they want somewhere to store it, preferably in their own home.
Yes.
So we're excited to share this with you. These Explorer floor plans, we're actually going to do a little bit of a kind of peek through of this house. We have other videos where we do a full walkthrough for you of this Explorer floor plan. And what's unique about it is you live in Arizona. That means a lot of people like to come and visit you in the cooler months. And so a lot of snowbirds. This has that amazing, some people know it as an ensuite, some people know it as an attached apartment, but this builder, Lennar, calls it
a next gen. Next gen living is what they call these homes here.
Yeah, and they have a full kitchen, they have laundry, they have a living room, and they have an attached garage, which you might be able to see right behind Tammy is that other garage space. So this is great because you can actually have someone have their own space, but still be staying with you. And maybe you have an adult child that would be living with you. This is really a great setup for that. And you can park your big RV on site as well.
Okay, so the size of this RV garage here in this community is the door is 14 feet. And then when you get inside, from the to the ceiling is going to be 16 feet. And then the depth of this garage is 43 is the depth here.
Right, and one other thing to point out to you is you do have 50 amp outlet in here for your rig. You also have access to your sewer clean out right outside the front of the RV garage. So you do have these things, so you can be fully set up here at your own home, which I think is, very convenient. Yes. Now, another thing I want to point out to you, so on some RV garage floor plans, you have a rear exit. This is not a rear exit floor plan. So here on these floor plans, you actually have part of the floor plan behind here. So you do not go through the back. There isn't a rear door, and there isn't an option in this floor plan for that rear door. Now, Lennar does build other floor plans where there is a rear door option. And again, they have communities that are in other areas, not just here in Surprise. And again, we're here in Heritage Asante, so we're in the 55 plus, but they do have other RV garages in this community, and they have them in Asante, which is the all age. So definitely reach out if you're wanting something that is maybe not in the 55 plus. and they have them with the community pool as well.
Yes.
So yeah, and Artisan has the amazing fitness center and pool in the all age area. But in yeah, park, tons of pickleball, I think 8 pickleball courts over there. But here in Heritage, we'll give you some more information on the community here itself. But I want you to know that there is a garage that is attached right here next to this RV garage. So that one is 22 feet. So let's say you have a pretty good sized truck, you should be able to fit it in there. I mean, it's 22 feet deep for this second garage. And then the one that is attached over at the next gen is a 19-foot garage. So you can pretty much fit whatever you want in these garages. So pretty cool. Guys, we want to take you in the house. We're going to go ahead and show you a little bit of the inside, and we'll be right back with you. But don't forget, what do we want them to do, Tammy?
We want them to subscribe to the channel and click the little bell so they're updated when we put new information out for you.
All right, so we want to give you a tour here of this beautiful next gen. Now, what I love about this is that you have several different points of entry here. You have your garage, so you have that attached single 19-foot garage. You also have access to go out into the yard, and then you also have access to the front entryway, and you have access into the main house. Now the main house can do a lockout here. So if they wanted this to be a lockout rental, maybe, you know, having someone stay here for a few months, then you can lock out the access to the main house, which is great.
Yes, and another really cool thing about this next gen part of this home is that you have all of the appliances here. Not only do you have all of the appliances, but you have all the window treatments in here, and that goes for not only this next gen part, but the inside of the main house too.
Yeah, because again, Lennar's building these to spec, which means they are finishing these houses out, they're picking everything for the house. So this is an available, active, right now at filming home. Yes. So this home is ready for you to purchase and move into. There's a bunch of other ones that they have that are coming along as well. And in the active adult, there's a couple. There's one just a few doors down that will show you what the outside of the home looks like. It has different flooring, like this one has the straight lay wood plank. The other one has more of a staggered kind of gray, bigger tile, but they both have the white cabinets, the light interior finishes. And they're on the same street, so the lots are pretty much the same size as well, which is 9175 square foot for these lots. And I want to prepare you, now remember, you have an RV garage on this lot. You have basically a casita that's attached to your home. These homes are 2,600 square feet. So you've got 2,600 square feet plus these 3 big garage areas. So on a 9175 square foot lot, don't expect to have a huge yard, but you have a yard. Yeah. So you can still put
I think they're decent sized yards.
They are decent, especially for being able to have your RV parked right on your lot.
Absolutely.
So You do have room if you wanted to put in a small pool. You have room to put in grass, trees, a little dog run, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But just, I want you to mentally prepare yourself for that, because 9175 square feet with a 2,000 square foot house that just is a 2-car garage that's attached. I mean, it gives you a really big yard.
Yes.
So this is going to be you just have to understand proportion wise how that fits on that footprint for that lot. So great lot sizes, and all of these houses have different looks on the outside as well. The one we were at just has more of a plain front. It doesn't have any stone or any siding, where the one down the street has really pretty stone, more of that kind of darker brown color, and those are called elevations.
I was just going to say.
Yes.
That these are referred to as elevations. Yes.
Yes, and when you're building a house, you can pick which elevation you want. They've actually already chosen, and they don't want more than just a couple kind of nearby. So you won't see this exact paint color scheme and this exact same elevation right next door. You'll see it a few doors down, because that is something that is a requirement when they're submitting permits, to make sure that there is a little bit of variety in neighborhoods.
Yes. Which is nice, which is what you want.
It is what you want, yes. Nobody wants to see the same old house every single house down the way. Yeah, and people that are coming from areas where you have ranch homes and you have acreage and every house is custom and totally different. It's still trying to get used to the fact that there's similar houses on the same street. They still think that we are kind of cookie cutter with our houses.
Even with our variations.
Yes, even with our little variations. So we'll take as much variety as we can out here in Arizona. And in the next gen, they include your washer and dryer. I will be your Vanna. All right, we're gonna walk you over now in front of one of these other elevations of this Explorer floor plan, so you can get a feel of what we're talking about. But while we're walking down the street here, we want to give you some information about the Homeowners Association here, Heritage Asante by Lennar. So this is a gated community, not guard gated.
Yes, not guard gated. Yes, and your HOA fees here are $199 a month.
Yes, $199 a month,
Yes.
and again, that's for this part in Heritage. This is not the Artisan or the Asante separate. This is just if you live in Heritage,
Yes.
that is what your HOA is.
Yes.
No restaurant on site. They don't have like a bar. They do have a little coffee area. They do have a stage for performing arts. It's a little smaller of a community.
Yeah, it is a little bit smaller, but it nice, still has a lot to offer in here.
No golf course, but you do have a putting course. And you have beautiful lake areas where they do have the fountains that come out. There's a walkway around. And nearby here, because you are in Surprise, you are off of Grand and 163rd Avenue. And you do have a Fry's that is about a half a mile, less than that, just depending on what part of the community you're in. And you do have little restaurants nearby. The 303 is just about a 4 to 5 minute drive. And then you have the shops at Prasada, which are just down the way, where there is a Costco as well.
Yes.
So you have—
Costco's a big deal.
Yes, Costco's a big deal.
Yes. So we just came down a couple houses from the last house we were at, and you will notice here, this house has a different color scheme and a different elevation to it, which is what we were explaining earlier, how they kind of keep them from all looking the same, little variations throughout this home.
Makes it a little interesting, I think, too.
Yeah.
This one with the stone is absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
But there is an added cost into the overall price
Yes.
when you have this more expensive elevation. So we just wanted to make sure that we showed that to you guys, and also kind of go over with you some of the little bonuses and extras that you'll see here that they're including with your home.
Yeah, you'll notice the paver driveways, and you'll notice that this one has rain gutters as well.
Rain gutters is a hot topic for a lot of our clients because they always ask, do we need to get rain gutters in Arizona? Now it's interesting because if you talk to the builders, they'll say, no, you don't, especially the builders that don't include them.
Yes.
They'll say, no, you don't. But here's the thing, we might not get a lot of rain often, but when we get rain, a lot of times it's gonna sit up on the surface of the ground because we have more of a clay barrier under the ground. It's called caliche. So what happens is the water doesn't want to absorb very deep, so it'll kind of come up to the top. And you don't want that water running right off of your roof onto the surface right next to your house.
Yes.
So it's not a bad idea to get rain gutters. I have them on my house. I put them on a home that I bought that was about 20 years old. And I noticed that that house started to get some settling from the water just sitting right there. And then you have the expansion and contraction that happens in that soil over time when it gets hot and then when it gets cool. So I think it's important to have the rain gutters, and I think if you talk to any of the foundation specialists, they would recommend it as well.
Yes, yes, I've heard that too.
And the front yards are also landscaped here, but you will have to put in a yard in the back.
Yes.
So guys, we thank you again for watching the video today, and please feel free to reach out if you're looking for maybe a home to retire at that maybe you don't want an RV garage, or maybe you want an RV garage and you're not quite ready for a 55 plus. Good news is you can buy homes just like this, just right on the other side of the gate, even in this community, and there's other communities around that they have even less expensive floor plans, and there are some that are even custom homes with RV garages on the resale market. So no matter what you're looking for, just feel free to reach out to us. We are happy to help. And we did pop up on the screen a little bit earlier the pricing of this, but just to remind you, you can pick up these Explorer floor plans in that $740 to $750 price range here in Heritage Asante. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.
Have a great day.